Hello, I'm your host ZACK, and today we're gonna speak about my story, my mental health, and my journey until here. It's not gonna be that long, hope so. But yeah, if you are up for it, then grab a cup of tea, relax yourself, and hear me out. I mean, if you're interested, or if you haven't any thoughts that you might or you have a mental health issue, or something like that. So I'm almost 40 years old, and I was born in Cyprus, in Limassol, and from a small age I was a lovely kid, I want to believe, as everybody was telling me, but I was naughty and troublesome times, many times. For example, although I have a condition, I can't remember the name in English, but if I was eating more than half a banana when I was a small baby, I used to get fever. So one time when my parents, I was with my sister at home, so I ate quite a lot of bananas, so I ended up in the hospital. Or again, when I was sick, and because I like the medicine Calpol, I'm sure everybody heard of it. When you're a kid and your mom gives you this medicine with a lovely taste. So I was with my sister, and I took the spoon and I started drinking the Calpol one after the other. So I drank 7 spoons of Calpol. Another one time when I had enough hair in my head when I was elementary school, I thought I could be creative, and I got the scissor and I just cut all my hair in the front. It was very difficult for my mom to fix it so I can go to school. He did what he could do, but you could see the problem was still there. Also, I had a car accident when I was 6. So when the bus dropped us off in the bus at home, so we have 2 sisters, so we used to run to see who is gonna kiss first grandparents. So that specific day I was supposed to cross the street, so as soon as I get off, I tried to cross the street, but I haven't seen the car. I was 6 years old, coming from there. So I end up hitting me, and I break my leg. I went rolling on top of the car, fall in the street, and then my sister got me to the hospital. After that, I stayed there for 1.5 months, and for 2 years, one of my legs was like this. It was not straight. Anyway, there's more, but I can't name all of it. So at school, I used to call lazy or I don't like to study, but I didn't like to study, to be honest. But I tried, but I was an active kid. I wasn't lazy, actually. But no one can see that I had issue. I mean, I was great in practical things like gymnastic or art or music. But if I had to study, everything was too much for me. Although sometimes I tried to study before the exams. When I was going to the exam, everything was blank. I didn't know what to do. And I was ashamed to show it to my mom. So every time when I had to, when we was given the test, to give it to our parents to sign it, I learned to do amazing signature with my mom, because I saw how she's doing it. So I copy her signature style, and every time I was signing my tests. So my mom almost never, only one time. So our test is out of 20. So my test, it was 0, 1, 2, 3. That's all. only one time when I got 18 in geography, and that was many years after, and I was so excited. But that's it. Also, my grades, it was in my country they grade with the Greek alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, E, F, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, until E. So I have most of my courses, classes was E, which is F in other countries. And I have A, and I had A and B in the courses I just mentioned earlier. And again, because I was so ashamed, I very carefully, I tried to erase E and make it like a D, which is like a D, or D is like a triangle. Anyway, so I failed some classes every time I was going to September. People, they used to calling me, I was bullying as well. And I wanted to be apart from my parents, because I used to go to a private school, but because I wasn't getting them, I wasn't able to study. So they had to take me off, and they left only my sisters. So I went to the local one in my area. Anyway, so after when although I hate school, I decided that I want to go to college, and I did. Although instead of 4 years, I did 6 years because I failed some classes. In the beginning, they gave me papers asking me if I'm dyslexic, and I said, no, I'm not. Tick. I thought dyslexic is the person that they can speak quite clearly, like this kind of. This is what I was thinking was dyslexia is. And through my years, I failed some classes also as well over there, and on the just half a year before I graduate, we have psychology, and the tutor said, "Oh, dyslexia have different forms and blah blah blah, and is this and that and that and that," and I was sitting on my desk, and I was like, I'm dyslexic. I was shocked. So I saved some money, and I went to a dyslexia center, and it was what I was thinking it was. I was dyslexic, and I could get more time in the test. The only thing I could do it could benefit me. It was like if I could use my computer or a recorder or something. I didn't have a recorder back then, and I was 25 years old when I discovered. And because I was graduating, I wasn't sure what I have to do, so it was just a diagnosis, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. My parents also, they didn't know that. I mean, they didn't know what to do. I mean, they're quite old now, even when at that time. So I didn't know what step to follow. Anyway, year passed as I moved from. Since I moved from my house to the capital, started living by myself. I was busy. I mean, I was constantly doing something. Even if I graduate, it's something that I honor myself. Because even with my friends at the time, I was the less educated, and I was the first to graduate. So it's kind of woohoo. Anyway, moving here, I know that it will be different. And oh, by the way, and always when I had also many car accidents as well, because I like speed. And when I try to speak to people, because I don't know how to put the words in a content, I just spit out whatever I think might be okay or correct, or I don't know. To be honest, sometimes I'm listening to myself through recordings or videos, and it was like, what the F I just said now? I have no recollection of what I was trying to say. Anyway, moving here, the first year I started working in retail when I was continuing from where I was in Cyprus, through my contact. And after when they didn't renew my contract, I started looking for a job, and I went to so many interviews and I was failing. Because even on the interviews, in my country I never go for an interview because it's very easy to, I need a job, okay, come in, if you know each other. This is the situation in my country. So for me it was very difficult. Well, I was so scared to go for an interview. I tried to study. I'm not sure if I never know that I have to ask for a feedback or something. And it was like when I try all the possibilities and the options in the work environment that I want to work. So at some point I became homeless. And I know it was my fault. I didn't want to. I was never being in this situation because in my country I had my flat, I had my car. Let's say I was like a king in my own territory. But now, and I had the options either to go back to my country or just slap myself and make sure that I will get out of it. Not many people knew about it, only a few, 5 maximum, because they want to. I know people. We have our own problems and issues, so it's enough. You don't need to have more in your head, because it makes. Even if what you can do. If I'm waiting for somebody to invite me to their house, I know it will be a problem. Maybe for one day, that's fine. But again, it will be very difficult for them, and I'm putting putting myself in their shoes. So even my parents, they didn't know nothing. I hate what I had to lie to my moms when they're calling me and everything, that I'm okay, but it is what it is. Now you might wondering where I was charging my phone and all this kind of stuff. Well, every time when I was going, because I was doing door-to-door sales, I bought a tent. The one that as soon as you open it, it opens. So at night, I was getting my tent. My friend had a storage. So in his storage, I put my suitcase with my pillow, sleeping bag, and the tent. So I was going there. I found a park near the storage unit. So I was going there, putting in the morning. Then I was going to a grocery store, brushing my teeth and my face, I was buying stuff, but to be honest, I'm not proud of it. But because I didn't have enough money, I might get 7 plain croissant, and pay for 1 because no one could check on the checkout. It's just, I had to survive somehow. And I was going in the morning to this job. So if you do any sales, then you could get commission. If you don't, then you don't. And the commission is coming the following week. So I went around central London and outside London areas, and I was coming back home 11 o'clock at night, and again. So I said to myself, okay, by the end of by December, if I don't get out of homelessness, then I'll go back to Cyprus. But because I didn't want to go back to Cyprus, I fought, and it's now I was in the state of mind. I was in the mentality of positive thinking and karma and all this kind of things, which is true. If you believe in something, then it will come. Maybe if you go from a hard time, that's because you have to go from that is through is on your path. So if you want to go here and then you're here and here is a hard time, then your path maybe should be like that. So you have to accept that and go to here. And this is what happened. By December, it was in November, I think, or end of November, November, I think. Anyway, so I came out from homelessness and I got a really nice job, which is I really wanted even from before. I said, wow, no, that's a positive thinking, and thank you, universe. So when I start working, I mean, I love my job. I mean, I don't mind to stay more. I will give my 100%. I don't want to be perfect. And after, although I said to at some point when I ordered something by mistake in my job, and I had disciplinary hearing with HR, and I explained to them that I'm dyslexic. Oh, sorry. Let me just go a little bit back. While I was homeless, the government finally, after 2 months, they decided to put me somewhere to sleep. It's supposed to be with another 5 people, and I met this lovely girl. She's a nurse. She had a boy. So we were discussing about this stuff, and she was like, oh, maybe from the way that you're talking, it seems that you might have ADHD. And that was my first time when I heard about this ADHD. I was like, oh, wow, it sounds like a PhD, like a diploma or something. And she explained to me what is it, and I said, oh, okay, that sounds like maybe I do have. And I did my research, and I was ticking all the points, all the symptoms. I was like, oh my god, no, what is that? I did my research again and again, and I tried to ask for, for referral. Then it was when I was living somewhere else. It was kind of, I was overwhelmed. And by the way, because I was homeless and because I lost my job, and when I went back to on holidays back to my country, and I confirmed myself what happened before to my parents, and I was crying out because I lied to them, and I know if I was telling them, like, you know, I'm having a hard time, they will turn the world upside down just to make sure that I will be okay. And I didn't want that, because I know it's my parents, they're old, so they have enough dealing at the moment. So I said to the HR that I'm dyslexic, and she asked me what is, by the way, I never heard about any reasonable adjustments before. And she was like, what do you think works for you? I said, this, like you handed something that is printed out, or somebody was telling me like a face-to-face, just to make sure that I understand. The more, the critical point of the whole, let's say, meeting. And to show me, and they have to put me to do the task or something, just in case do anything wrong. If I do it once and it's okay, then it's stored, but I need to do it once at least. But she didn't offer me nothing. I didn't know. Long story short, after 2.5 years in that job, something happened again, and I lost my job. They fired me. Because it was not fair the way they treated me. I tried to sue them, and that was kind of overwhelming. Again, with lawyers here, and I sued them because you can't treat me like that. Nevertheless, I mean, after 1 year, when I tried to collect all this paper, I lost the case because I didn't have a representative to represent me, and I could see that from the other side that is manipulating. So it's not what you're gonna write on your essay on the court, is what you try to convince at the point with the judge. Because I was like, why I spend so much time to type 27 pages statement? I was kind of pissed off. And because I lost some kids at the point that it wasn't my fault and I lost a job that I really loved, it took me even down. And after the pandemic started, with the pandemic in the beginning, I was so scared about my people and people that I love in other countries, and my depression and my social anxiety, they accelerate. So, I mean, I didn't know that I was depressed, and that occurred to me when I was on holidays back in my country, and for 10 days, I spent most of the time sleeping, and when I was awake, I might think of something or whatever, and I start crying without any reason. And I was like, why I'm feeling like that? I didn't know. So I went to my GP, and she prescribed. She gave me a prescription of anti-depression medication, and I was like, I'm not depressed, but anyway, okay, I'm gonna take it. But when I did my research, yes, indeed, actually, that's why my libido and everything went down, lethargic and everything. I was like, fuck, now this. And with the social anxiety, I love to be with people, but nowadays, since the pandemic started, and I was scared about my family, my loved people, anything happens to them, and I will not be able to see them or visit them. So I kept myself close and away from social media devices. If somebody was calling me, I will not answer, I will not reply, no emails, letters when they're coming from, I don't know, organization, whatever. I kept them close, or because they were stressing me out. And now I'm trying to find a way how I'm going to deal with that. Although I had my, finally I managed to get ADHD assessment, and I had my second assessment almost a month ago, and as I was expected, yes, I know it was through Zoom, through live, camera live, whatever, and I preferred for the specialist to see me physically, but at least I had to fill up a bunch of papers with questions. I had to go contact my mom and ask her about my childhood, anything that I missed. which is true. I mean, I used to wet my bed, and it took me a long time to stop that. I couldn't ride bicycle unless you have the 2 extra wheels, and this kind of stuff. Anyway, so yes, as I was sure, I have ADHD, and now I'm waiting for to go to my GP, get my blood test, and start a medication, which I've tried, to be honest, and a friend of mine gave me before to try the medication, and they are life-changing. I heard so many bad things about medication, but depends from the body type, and it just blew my mind. So wow. Anyway, and that's, I mean, now I'm still trying, I'm still fighting for it. The only thing that not pisses me off is like when I'm trying to explain to somebody that if I tell them that I'm dyslexic or have ADHD, or if I do something that is related to my condition, and if I told them that it's because of that, they just don't get it, and it hurts my feelings and my emotions. Because mental health and all this kind of stuff, they are so important to all of us to maintain and make sure that we are in the right path. So I don't know if that makes sense what I just said, but so yeah. So why I'm saying my story, well, I did also a few videos about PFP and my assessment, and that I had in the beginning of this year, and I recorded everything, and I asked for mandatory consideration. I did a video as soon as I got the response from mandatory consideration. I was supposed to upload it, but then I start feeling overwhelmed because they said like that it is what it is and they can't change it, and I was like, why? I mean, because I sat down and I typed all the conversations that I had with her over the phone. Her, I mean the health professional. And I said to myself, okay, let me have my ADHD assessment, and I want to get my report, my diagnosis on hand. Then I will send them that something changed. Because I want to so much, and I collect so many people. And why they ask me to ask for mandatory consideration from the moment that you don't even look at. I was so close to go for a tribunal, which this is what I said in that video, but I know that is kind of overwhelming already. So it's okay, I can't go to that path again if I'm not mentally prepared. So yeah, and finally, before I close, in case you're wondering what is my oh, by the way, if yeah, if you want to find out, I mean, if you want to know what my what I'm dealing with my dyslexia and my ADHD symptoms. So with my dyslexia, I mean, I will say all of them, because some of them, they're kind of similar with both of dyslexia and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So It's not in the right order. What you're gonna hear now is for both, from both, or for both. Anyway, even until now, I'm confusing left with right. So I have to do something like that if I want to point somewhere. So if I'm giving instructions to somebody, I need to point it, and then I'll say, then you go turn right, sorry, even now, turn left, and then turn right, and goes on. If I don't have a map or something, I will get lost no matter what. I can't coordinate myself, even if I'm having the map and looking around. It's kind of confusing because I'm not sure which side I'm seeing the map. I don't know where is the south, north, west. I have no idea. Sometimes, you have to go southwest. I have no idea where's southwest. They said to me like, from where the sun is rising, it's north, south, east. Anyway, and we're like, how do I know from where the sun is rising up? I mean, I'll wake up and the sun is up, and if I go to sleep, the sun is down. Now, if I'm not still in one place to see where the sun is going up and down, when I'm moving, maybe sometimes it will go down behind me or in front of me. So I don't know which the direction is. I can't remember. I might remember things for a long time. That things that matters to me. I can remember events when I was a kid, but I will not remember what I did last week, for example. Mostly I do. Or what I wore, or what I eat, or places that I've been, and was like, wow. I'm always associate something with something. I can't remember names, even if I introduce myself. As soon as I say, hello, my name is Zach, and say, hello, I am, Phoebe. If the name is kind of wow, if Cleopatra, for example, say, oh my God, like the Queen of Pharaoh in Egypt, then I will associate that story with that person to remember their name. Or someone, his name is Jerry, I say, oh, like Tom and Jerry, and then I would remember because I connected with something. Another thing, I hate flies. Anything flies, or I'm sensitive to touch. So at night, if a fly or maybe a hair of my head, of my hairs touch my skin, then I'll be notified. Well, this is what I could think at the moment. And when I start a task, where at some point when let's say I almost finished it, then, and I have something else to do, I might start doing another one thing, and another one thing. I remember one time when I used to live in a very small space, and I finished my job and I went home and I was supposed to go for a shower, and I decided just to write down the steps or the stops that I did before I got into the shower. It was late and I had to go to the shower, and the list, I had a one A5 page, and it was full. Clean my shoes, or check my email, or prepare the food, or take the dog for a walk, or clean the sink, empty the boxes from a container or put something else inside, paint something that you left unfinished. And I was keep saying to myself, okay, Zach, you need to go to have a shower, to finish your washing and everything. Oh yeah, put washing and all this kind of stuff. So it took me around 45 minutes just to go to get into the shower. And I knew that I had to finish my shower to go to bed because I had to wake up early. But because things are coming into my head, or on my way to my shower, I was like, oh, this one goes there, this one go there, this one go there, this, yeah. Oh my God, I forgot this one. Oh yeah. It's too much. Sometimes I feel so overwhelmed that I lost my stuff constantly. I mean, I know that this will be under, if I've seen it or maybe felt under the furniture, I know it will be there. And if I look for it, sometimes, oh, I know it. But sometimes it happens when I had it on my hand, or as soon as I left it somewhere, in a second. So it's get something and then come back, and I was like, oh my God, where is that? For example, where's my cigarette? My electronic. I say, oh my God, I just hold it. I know there's somewhere here. And I get so frustrated because I have to go leave from the house, and I'm still looking for my keys, my cigarette, or whatever, my wallet or something, and it just overwhelmed. And also I'm suffering. I have also migraines. And now and then. And yeah, then that's it. Now, when I'm dealing with my social anxiety, if I walk from somewhere and there's a crowd, for example, although I wish to be a people's person, I will go from a different route because don't want to pass that group. That group could be anyone. If I have to use the public transportation, I might use it at a time when there's gonna be as much as less people, and I will use the I'm trying, yeah, I mean, if I'm speaking with authorities, then I get any authority person, then I get dry throat. All the interviews that I've been, I used to have a dry throat when I was there. I was like, why I do have that? So that's kind of mini panicky situations, or stress, something like that. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, and now I have so many friends. They keep texting me and they worry about me. I'm trying to get back at them as well because they think that I'm upset about something with them, but that's not that. And that's why I didn't upload my last video, because I was so overwhelmed and I was like, I really wanted to upload a video, but I couldn't. So my apologies about that if you knew about the outcome, but probably I'm gonna upload it and you can just see it here. Excuse me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was quite of long. I know, I mean, I left quite many things back, quite important ones, but maybe in a future video sometimes, I don't know. Please click the like button if you like this. I mean, just click the like button, please. Even if you don't like this video, but I hope you do. And subscribe. And in case if I don't reply to your message, I will do reply at some point. It's just the way I'm replying to you guys is the same, and I'm delaying is the same way that I'm dealing also with my friends and family. So please be understandable, and thank you for that. And let's see what's going to be my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.